7:50 is your time. Our severe weather alert continues this morning. Chief Meteorologist Tony Petracca in with us this morning, along with Pete Mangione. We do begin with Pete, and it sounds like just in the last few minutes, Pete, you're recording some really strong wind gusts not far from us.
Exactly right, Brian. Yeah, some new observations coming in, and in Mystic, Connecticut, a recent gust of 55 miles an hour. So even though we're not even to the windiest part of the storm yet, already very windy out to our west, and we've already seen some 30-mile-an-hour plus wind gusts here locally for Newport westerly into Narragansett. So something to keep in mind this morning. Here is a look at live Pinpoint Doppler 12. Notice most of us not seeing any snow just yet. Even in those regions like there towards Hope Valley along 95 where you see the light blue, a lot of that, in fact, most of that is eaten up by the dry air, so it's going to take a while for these flakes to really reach the ground. But Tony, it looks like westerly would be the first to see these flakes, and then gradually spreading off to the north.
Yeah, Pete, you bring up a good point about the dry air, and look at this interesting shape on the live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar right in here. It's kind of this horseshoe shape. When we see this on the radar, what it's indicating is that as the precipitation is trying to work in, as it encounters the dry air, it evaporates. It's in weather terminology, it's called virga. So in other words, the radar sees the snow in the clouds, but as it falls, it evaporates, doesn't hit the ground. But eventually, as the atmosphere starts to moisten up, I do expect this snow area to be working in. It's working in now. It's moving towards the northeast, so it's going to take a while. It's not that far away. I mean, more than likely, a few flakes of snow are flying, at least a little bit, some flurries in westerly. And this whole leading edge, at least from the Providence metro area, is only about 40 miles away. So it won't be long before this precipitation starts to work through and then eventually overspreading the entire area by later this morning, and then certainly during the afternoon hours. I think the heavier snow, no doubt, is on the way for this evening and tonight. Now, take a look at pictures in Providence. The visibility is good. I mean, if you have errands to run the next probably 1 to 3 hours, you're fine, but then things start to go downhill thereafter. And take a look at the temperatures in the upper 20s, the wind picking up a little bit even in the city, and that'll be a trend throughout the day, especially along the coastline. Down in Narragansett, you can see the wind, the flag really snapping in the wind right now. The waves becoming choppy as well. Wind speeds later on along the coastline, places like Narragansett, anywhere between 45 and 50 miles per hour. We actually use computer models to predict wave heights, and by the evening hours, this lighter area of green showing some large waves developing offshore. In fact, I just looked at a weather buoy off Cape May, New Jersey, where the waves now building to 20 feet. Here's a different look. It's a light green area developing south of New England. This little strip of yellow indicating some of the building waves. I mean, it's no surprise. You have a nor'easter. You have strong winds out of the east and northeast. So you see this little strip of yellow offshore indicating very high waves, and that wave action has to travel towards the coastline. So coastal residents, the surf won't be long before it becomes very kind of agitated and rough. That's not the same for the bay. I mean, the bay waves will be choppy later today, but nothing like the open water and along the open-facing south beaches where once the winds pick up, the waves will pick up as well. The coating of snow in Oakland Beach was actually from the snow we had last week. So no snow yet. Of course, no surprise here. Threat tracker today, tonight, high level red. We're back to green though Sunday and Monday. Weather quiets down and we're looking pretty good. So storm is inching closer. We are dry for now, but the precipitation working first along the south shore. Of course, the most important map of all that everybody wants to see, the accumulation forecast. Extreme south shore. This will be realized by later tonight. 8 to 10 inches. To the north of that, a strip of 5 to 8, which means that there's 4 possibilities here, either 5, 6, 7, or 8. So it's somewhere in that general range, and the amounts taper off the further north and west you go. So again, the higher totals and the stronger wind right along the immediate south shore. 7-day futurecast shows the better weather on Sunday as we celebrate a Patriots victory at 35, and then the quiet weather milder early next week. In fact, scattered rain and snow showers on Tuesday. Don't forget WPRI.com. Ton of weather information, including our blog, which is updated constantly.